Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Inside probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Cousins looking to put it up right away. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I missed it, it would have been a different story all night.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays. Have them on the move on first down. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll get this down to the 38. The Vikings at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. This defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Norm, Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. This time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
In motion right is Addison. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. They'll get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Lance in the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. What a pickup this man was last year. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go, because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Here we go. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Lance looking to throw it. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. And Lance going to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. Give them 18 on the play.
Here we go, here we go. 6, 7.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Rolling to his right. And returns it right back to Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Ready, ready. Right, right. Ready?
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. McCaffrey will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the 2nd quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last drive was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means you pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Ringo 48.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Got an open man, finding Jefferson.
And he's going to be out around the 45-yard line. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Inside handoff to Mixon.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. To Mixon on the check down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
To throw is Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Over the middle and hauled in by Osborne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Now they send a man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Ready.
Throwing now is Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be out right at the 35. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Red, yellow, blacker, 6. Hey, blue. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes left side. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown 49ers.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead's down to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
I know, easy.
Cousins on first down.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Listen to me.
To throw, Cousins. That's caught downfield by Addison. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play fake. Cousins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here. Third quarter.
Okay,
They
ready?
still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A handoff left, McCaffrey.
Ready up?
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Ready?
Shotgun now for Lance. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field.
Lance looks to throw again. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
Let's go.
Lance now on first down.
And that is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Lance on the option left.
And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now the throw on 3rd down
hybrid zone and throw it to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And his kick is indeed good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now Cousins here on the bootleg.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mixon with a 1st down carry.
59 yards on the ground for him so far.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Gone. Hey, we're good, we're good.
On 1st and 10, Cousins completes it to the fullback, Ham. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing, Cousins. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Play number 7. Off the play fake, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, they need to make something happen for a chance at a comeback, and I'd say that qualifies. They took advantage of the play-action pass by the offense, ran right through it, and got a big sack in a big moment.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 5-yard line. Bit of a mental breakdown there. Not sure why he left the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their time. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Lance now on 1st down. Connects with Kittle underneath. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And got to thank the guys on D.
Lance looking to throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. On this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to 1st.
Ready. Check right. Ready.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Lance. Open man is Samuel, complete. 19 yards that time for number 19.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now this one complete, Lance to Kittle. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ready.
They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's the type of impact play you expect from McCaffrey, the comeback player of the year runner-up in 2022. Despite a midseason trade, put up almost 1,900 all-purpose yards.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st down, Lance. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The Lance going to throw. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Lance. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. DJ Wonnum got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And his kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Here's 1st and 10.
Gun.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Here's Cousins.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. He's on his way.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
This is 1st and 10.
Ready?
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the 49ers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey, yo.
Cousins to throw.
pass complete. It's Hockenson.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Cousins. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Now Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10.
Gun.
He's back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Hey, Steamer, Steamer. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Gun. Leave it, bring up 48.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however.
Penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Here's 1st down.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Now 2nd and 4.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's first and goal.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And Party, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here's Lance.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Here we go.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Red, yellow. Set,
Lance looking to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
Blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
As meticulous as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game. 2nd and 7, whatever. Scene.
Throwing on
first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. He finds his running back, Mixon. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10.
Gone.
Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Mixing up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Mixon will try the right side. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Two. Black.
Cousins now. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here in the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, I'm taking
There he goes, right side. Look at the big fella go. He's on his way.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the 49ers, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.